Hello, it is Mark, and welcome again, another Whiskey in the Thicket. And today we're going to continue with our series on Boilermakers. And today we're going to do a Deanston. This is their Stout Cask finish. This is 50.5% ABV, and it was actually partnered with Dragon's Milk Stout, which I was able to get a bottle of. So we're going to do a Boilermaker with this. Now, for those of you who don't know, Boilermakers were invented in Montana in like the 1890s. Miners would come off their shift, and this is what they would drink. It was originally called a Sean O'Farrell. I don't know where that name comes from. It's when the beer is served as a chaser, sometimes it's called as a shot in a beer. In Texas, they say it's known as a Texas two-step. I've never heard of that before. But there are actually two ways you can drink a Boilermaker. You can do it as a chaser. The beer is a chaser to the whiskey, or you can drop it in a depth charge, dropping it into the beer with a shot glass. I'm going to actually try to do both to the best of my ability, but I am going to go ahead and open this. So let it get a little bit of air. Never had this before, and to be honest, I don't know that I'm going to get much more than this, because this was the last bottle on the shelf and I don't think they make it anymore. So, and just a little FYI, if you can find Deanston, buy it now. The brand is fixing to go national. Fixing, I do sound like I'm in Texas. It is fixing to go national, and so it's going to be a lot harder to get. It sits on the shelves here. I've been starting to try and buy some just because I feel like it's going to get harder to find. This, I think, is already gone. So, but nonetheless. So what can I tell you about Deanston, other than it's a Highland single malt Scotch owned by a South African company. They recently redid the distillery, redoing their stills and stuff. So that's why I feel like this is probably going to be a Scotch that's going to go up in interest and value. So again, not only is it going national, also I just think their quality's probably on the incline, unlike Glendronach. Shame on me for saying that, but okay. So Deanston started in 1785 as a cotton mill designed by Sir Richard Arkwright. It remained for such for 180 years, transformed to a distillery in 1966 is what I heard, but I also heard that bottling didn't begin until 1971, so I'm not really sure. If you have information, let me know. But I haven't done any Deanston before. I have several that I'll probably do tastings on, but I just want to do this for the Boilermaker month that I'm doing, and because these two go together, that's why I'm doing these two. So, again, this is natural color, no chill filtration, 50.5% ABV. It's matured in charred ex-bourbon casks and then finished in stout casks, which were actually matured in ex-bourbon casks. So, kind of, going around in circles. So, it's 11. The beer is actually 11% ABV. And it says it has chocolate and coffee undertones, which any stout probably does anyway. So, and it actually did 3 months, I think it was 3 months in bourbon barrels. So, okay, I've got that open. Didn't show you the color. It is natural color. Okay, so let me go ahead and open her up. It is a twist cap. Duh, dumbass. All right. I do like stout. I've always liked stout. I was very much into craft beers back in the 90s, although apparently it's a big thing. As you can see, I have a Pete's pint glass, which I don't even know if Pete's is still around. I used to really be into beer before I got into whiskey. And of course that looks mighty black, like a stout should. So, okay, let me read the label to you. Okay, front Stout Cask Finish, partnership with Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout. We have combined the best ingredients from our local area using traditional methods to create a unique single malt whiskey that embodies our industrious spirit. Non-chill filtered, no color added. I don't know much about Deanston. I've not had anything from them before. At least, oh, I may have had a little 50 milliliter of their 12, but this is really the first. It's been a long time. So our distillery is born on an entrepreneurial spark to celebrate our 1960s roots. We're partnering with forward-thinking artisans who reflect our industrious spirit. This limited edition is one such partnership at New Highland Brewing Company. Their creativity has led to an inception of a unique barrel bourbon aged stout called Dragon's Milk. The sweet roasted maltiness of this delicious American beer were the perfect characteristics to marry with the honeyed fruity style of our whiskey single former Dragon's Milk casks for 6 months. The result of this golden hoppy single malt full of full of fruit and caramel. Okay, so I'm going to try and nose this as best I can, and then I will put it in a shot glass and do the depth charge, but I do want to do this as a chaser because it's also done that way. So I'm going to try and do both ways too, but here we go. Very fruity. I'm surprised. I didn't think I'd get that much fruit on there. Lemon, honey. There is definitely a pepper note in there. What fruit would I give that? It's sweet, but lemon really is kind of what I get. I don't get any of the hops or the oak. I guess I'm getting some pepper. Fruit-wise, it's more like, I don't know, more herbal, I guess. There's an herbal note to it. Fruit, what do we have? What does this remind me of? It reminds me of almost like a get together where you have a punch. The fruit and the honey and the sweetness. It's more like ginger. I'm getting some ginger. I don't want to say apples, but I'm getting like a ginger ale punch kind of note to it with a little bit of lemon. Well, there's quite a bit of lemon. Some honey. What fruit is that? Other than lemon. Like a tart pear. Okay, that's what I'm going with. Sweet, cream, malt, getting some pepper, getting vanilla. You know, this palate is way better than the nose. You do get some pepper, lemon pepper. Getting lemon pepper, malty, creamy, vanilla. Very good. I mean, a little hot, I guess. Well, it's 50%, so 50.5%. So we give it another nosing. No, it's not. It's pretty much the same. I'm not getting surprising because I get that creamy kind of maltiness on the palate, but I don't get that on the nose. I'm gonna go with this is nothing like the nose. I mean the palate. I am getting a little bit of cream, but this really is not like that. Interesting. Not getting hot. I can't really taste the stout in there. I'm not getting chocolate. I'm not getting coffee. I'm not getting oak. Forgot to chase it. Peppery, sweet, creamy, cream, malt, lemon pepper, vanilla. Very good. All right, chase it with the okay. The transistor went really well together. This doesn't. This is like chasing this is not very good. Could be that I just don't like that beer. When I want a stout, I want to taste like Mackelson's or Guinness. I think the whiskey has to make this better. All right, so I'm due the depth charge. I was afraid of that. Okay. So what's this like on as the depth charge? Okay. Better than the beer. I don't think I like the beer. Which is weird because I love stout. But like I said, I've been into craft beers since before the turn of the century. Not a fan of this as a Boilermaker. Not a fan of the beer at all. It's kind of killing the Deanston for me. Deanston. So, okay. I'll try to finish this. This is not pleasant. I wouldn't do this again. The Deanston by itself is pretty good. Probably a 6 or a 7. Now, I'm going to go with 6 because I really had higher hopes for it. Yeah, I don't know that I'd have that again. And I certainly would not have this as a Boilermaker. All right, see you next time.